Welcome back. So today we have a new Making Enlisted a Better Place, number 66. Apparently the Conquest mode improvements are in. As to what that means, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they talk about it in like the more specific notes down below, but basically they say it's become less fast-paced and the average battle time is closer to invasion and confrontation. I don't know if that's actually an improvement. Like, the issue with Conquest for me is not the duration of the match. The issue with Conquest for me is that it's Conquest. It's like the core of the issue is the objective layout and the style of battle, not the duration of the battle. If anything, I would have been happier with them being shorter. Um, I think I mentioned this in an earlier thing, but if it were me and I was changing Conquest, I would shorten the duration of Conquest, and I would increase the rewards so that they mimic uh, the bigger game modes. Like, I think that's the only way that you could get me to actually want to play Conquest in Enlisted. Otherwise, to me, Conquest is just too gamey, too arcadey. It just ain't it, Chief. Um, I mean, maybe you could increase the size of the maps, like dramatically increase the size of the maps for it, and maybe that would like if it was a 5 flag conquest or like a 5 or 7 flag conquest, and instead of just taking like one piece of the Normandy tile set, you took like 2 or 3 of the Normandy maps, put them together, and just made it this massive battle. Maybe. I'm not sure. Even then, I'm not sure if I really would want to. But at least then, it would feel more like you're holding territory and you're holding like a region rather than you're just holding like 3 random circles on the map. I don't know. There are probably ways that they could do it where it would be better, but we'll see. I'm sure sooner or later I'm gonna get stuck in a conquest match and we'll see if it's any different. So moving on from there, they're improving the research UI. So there's multiple updates to it. If you've completed your currently selected research in battle and switched to the update or the upgrade tree, they'll have animations to draw your attention. You know, neat stuff. Quality of life, I guess. There's tank camo fixes. And down here, the other section. This is honestly the section that I care about. So, the Winchester G30R is getting a magazine increase from 10 to 20. And the base number of magazines is reduced from 5 to 3. Shame. Too bad they don't let us keep all those extra mags. One day, maybe. Still, going from 10 to 20 is kind of nice. Not having to reload as often is usually a benefit. I mean, it already felt like a pretty good rifle with 10 rounds. I mean, I don't think 20 rounds and like removing a reload is like a substantial change since it's not automatic, but it's cool. I appreciate it. They fixed an issue that made it impossible for some players to purchase levels for Radio Operator 2. They added a purchase button to the UI when inspecting upgraded weapons in the inventory. They fixed a bug that caused the destruction of objects not shown in the replay. Supply crate drop upgrade is now unlocked by default for all premium radio operator squads, including the older ones. Yeah, so before you had to go in and manually do it. Like, it was there. So I'm pretty sure I tested it with the old Tunisian allied guys. But the thing is, you had to actually go in and activate it. So it's nice that it's automatically being done. Curious to see if they start expanding the rocket artillery to everybody. I was pleasantly surprised to see the rocket artillery on the new engineer squad for the Americans, since they're not actually a radio squad. So we'll see. I imagine if they did that, then the Japanese paratroopers, if they pull out their recon tab, they can probably also do rocket artillery. That's just an assumption on my part, but if the American engineer squad can do it, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to do it. but I'm curious if they'll retroactively add it onto like the Tunisian premium radio squads for the Axis and the Allies. I guess we'll see. So they improved the off-road capability of the German Panzer 470A and the 470V in Normandy. In Normandy specifically, that's interesting. It's oddly specific. They fixed the class-specific perk of the Mortarman, which didn't properly increase mortar ammo capacity. They corrected the description of one of the reward boxes. They fixed the detailed summary of experience distribution amongst squads, removed unnecessary tooltips using the paratrooper crate. They added headgear to the killer's outline in the kill chem. Fixed a bug. So there's nothing too huge in this one. I guess there is the Conquest update, but again, Conquest and me just nah, bro, just nah. So that probably is the biggest thing. Like everything else is just a quality of life thing or a UI thing, things that are nice to have but don't really matter too much. The magazine change on the G30R is kind of neat, but again, it's like, okay, you need to reload less. It already had a pretty quick reload at like 2.2 seconds. Regardless, let me know what you think down below. Get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.